Okay. All aboard Bridge families, judges, and guests. My name is Johnny Fritz, and I am an interior member of Kickin' Chickens. I am 12 years old, and I am homeschooled. I am honored to share this presentation on model railroads. Why would you want to build a model railroad? Most importantly, because it's fun. Some of the other reasons are it is a great family hobby. Everyone can get involved, and everyone can participate together. It's educational. You can learn about history since railroads reflect the time they operated in. Building a model railroad can teach carpentry, electrical skills, model building, artistic skills, geography, and basic engineering. There are clubs and groups almost everywhere. There are conventions and shows all around the country. You can meet new people, and it's not just for geeks. Some of the famous model railroaders include Walt Disney, Elton John, Tom Hanks, Michael Jordan, Frank Sinatra, Bruce Springsteen. Rock musician Neil Young is not only a model railroader, he's also a part owner of the Lionel Train Company. A brief history of model trains. Model trains have been enjoyed for many generations. The first toy trains were made almost as soon as the first railroad. The very first miniature trains were made in Germany in the 1830s. These were not electric and could be pushed along a track. English toy makers took their model train making seriously, creating the first steam-powered model train. After a while, they began fitting their toy trains with clock mechanisms to do away with the mess of the steam-powered versions. From 1890s to the early 1900s, American toy companies produced model trains at such affordable prices that most families were available to buy model trains for their children. It wasn't long until American public cried out for more than just a simple locomotive. They wanted to buy complete train systems with tracks, passenger cars, freight train cars, stations, and more. Of all the toy train manufacturers, the Lionel Company produced the most legendary trains of all. The company began by making small electric motors to power electric trains. Shortly after World War I, they became the biggest name in model train making. One reason for the success was that Lionel trains were more realistic than all the others, with powerful motors and rugged construction. They became the American standard of excellence for judging toy train manufacturers. Also, Lionel painted their trains in bright, exciting colors, which inspired buyers and collectors of all ages. After World War II, model train model trains became more detailed and functional. These are highly prized today by collectors who actually want to run their trains. Now that you have decided you want to build a model railroad, the first choice you need to make is what size is best for you. You have many different sizes to choose from. There are two important aspects of the size. First is the scale, which is the ratio of the size of the model to real life trains to real life train to the real life size train. For example, O scale is 1 to 48 scale. This means that 1 inch on a model equals 48 inches in real life. So this 12-inch freight car would in real life be 48 feet long. Gauge is another term often used and refers to the distance between the rails on the track. The tracks for the O-scale trains have a distance of 1.25 inches between the outer rails. I have several examples of sizes that are more easily available. Z-scale is the smallest size widely available for purchase. It is popular with people who have very limited layout space. It is often called the briefcase size since businessmen can carry it in a briefcase or set it up on their desks. As you can see, it's quite small. N-scale is the second most popular scale in the world. Because of its size, it allows more complex and realistic layouts to be built in the space available. The layout I have here is N, yet it's stopped for some reason. I don't know why. HO scale is the most popular scale in the world because it is larger than N. It is easier for children to work with, yet still allows more realistic layouts than the larger scales given the same amounts of space. O-scale is what many people think about when train sets come to mind. As a child, many people have seen or had a set of this size. The engines and the rolling stocks can be made to look very realistic, and it is easier for children to operate. G-scale is very easy for children to operate because they very rarely derail. It is ideal for running around the Christmas tree or even outdoors. G-scale is sometimes referred as the garden scale, since it can be used outdoors in the garden railroad. that you have decided what size to use, where do you start? The basic items that you'll need are a locomotive, a car for it to pull. A locomotive, a car for it to pull. Track for the train to run on, a train and a transformer which provides power to the track. The easiest way is to purchase everything as a set. The set will include all of the basic items you need to get started. Once you set it up, you can add buildings, more track, additional trains, cars, and more. As you build your collection, there are many more features available. There are locomotives that produce smoke, light up, and even make sounds. You have to hear the train whistle, right? There are cars that light up, transformers that can control lights, sounds, multiple trains, and more. Your layout can be as simple as just the track and the train on the table. Many people build very elaborate layouts, including buildings and landscapes that they sometimes make to look like the town they live in or famous cities. You may decide you want to expand to another size as well. The only limit would be on the count of space, would be on the amount of space you have available and your imagination. The National Model Railway Association website has lots of helpful information on getting started in this terrific hobby. I hope you liked my presentation. As you can see, I love model trains and railroads and have many different ones in my collection. It is a great hobby that everyone in the family can enjoy, and most of all, it's fun. Thank you for listening. Now, before you exit the train, does anybody have any questions? Plus, you can come up and look at the trains.